Hey, welcome back to Cover That Roof. I'm Rob with True American Roofing Company, and I'll be your host. Now it's time for how to install counter flashing on a skylight for a Boral cedar light roofing tile. Now it's pretty easy overall if you know what you're doing, so we have it all kind of laid out and ready to go. So the first piece that we're going to install is a piece of 6x6 L metal that's going to go on the front, and then we're going to start cutting in our tile pan and then the saddle. So let's see how we do it, and this is how we do it, so check it out. Okay. So this is the first piece of metal. As you can see, we already got it cut and we already got the caulking on the side. So now we just want to get this pinned in place. Now that we got the first corner pinned in, now he's going to pin in this other thing at the top. Get that pinned in, pushed in the side, and then we're going to get it nailed off. But first we want to make sure that it fits perfectly, which it does. The next piece, and this is our tile pan. It's a piece of 6x6 metal. So basically what we want to do is we want to take this counter flashing and put it right to this point and then cut it. And then we want to cut it even with the back end of the flashing. Okay, now that we got this piece all cut, going from the end of the headlamp flashing to the end of the saddle, because that's the length that we need. Now we came back and made a little etch mark in the metal right here. So we want to make this cut. Hey, welcome back to Cover That Roof. Okay, so we got all the prep work done on the skylight counter flashing. Now we're ready to install it. So let's do it. So the counter flashing that we're using, this 6x6 110-degree metal, was a little bit short hanging over on the tile. We need that to extend over at least 2.5 inches, or at least what you would do in overlap on the regular tile, which is approximately 2.5 inches. Now what we want to do, we're going to stick a piece of 1/2 by 5 inch on the top row, or the top portion of the row closest to the skylight, for an extra piece of counter flashing when our other piece of 6x6 110-degree metal is going to go on top of that, so everything fits a little smoothly. So let's get a closer look and let's see how that looks. I think it's going to come out perfect. And let me show you how we install the counter flashing. Here's the first piece that we have to install. Typically we would not install this piece. This is just an extra piece to make sure that we have the proper coverage on top of the tile. So we're going to get this laid into place. So basically this is the length of the skylight plus 6 inches on each side, because that's how wide our tile pan is. So we want to make sure the tile pan ends evenly on this piece of metal so everything looks uniform and correct. So we're going to get this first piece on. So now this is our 6x6 110-degree metal. We want to put this upside. As you can see, we already have it marked on the back, so we're ready to make our cut. But let's make sure this is going to fit exactly where we want it. Okay. So for this piece right here, I'm going to need some help getting it pinned in the side to figure out where we need to make our cut. So let's do that. Okay, so now that we got this marked, as you can see, this goes to the top of the skylight, of the frame of the skylight. So now we need to make this cut. Okay, so that looks about right. Now we want to make an angle cut. This is where the line is, so we want to angle it. Okay, so now that we got our cut, You always want to bend this over, so now this is going to help it grab on this side so we can mark the other side. So let's do that. I put one little tack inside the hole, the corner. Now I'm going to pull the other corner tight so I can make the mark and make the cut. So it's a good thing that we remarked it, because the first line that I marked, it was off by about 3/16 of an inch. Now that's a lot, but when you're trying to get everything sealed up tight, that's a pretty big space of areas. So we got it a little bit tighter. So let's make the cut. Okay, so I got that front piece pinned in. That piece of head flashing came out pretty tight. Came out really nice. So let's get our tile pan set up to get that ready to get nailed in. So we're going to catch up to you in a bit when we get all the pre-cuts already made so we can get it tacked in nicely. Okay, so as you can see, we already made our cuts. So as you can see, we already put the mark. We need to make this. When you're cutting this sheet metal, it's very sharp, and you can cut it up the sides. And we want some caulking over here in this corner right here. Okay, so we want to get this side all pushed in nice and tight. Nails are going to bend, and these nails are pretty strong, so that goes to show you how thick the counter flashing is, which is actually great because that's what we want. We want it to be thick, sturdy, and durable. So let's try to get this nail bent. The nail bent, but we got it right, took our time, got it done without hurting ourselves or the skylight, which is the trick. Okay, so now we want to come back and pin in the other side, doing the same exact fashion. We want to seal it with caulking, seal the edges, seal the sides. If it will come back and smooth out the caulking. Okay, that worked out pretty nice. So now we want to get our saddle put into place, get it ready. So we're going to jump back. We're going to get back to you in a bit when we get that all pre-cut and already done for the sake of the video to cut down the time. So. We had cut. We want to go see if we measured it right. Hey, welcome back to Cover That Roof. Okay, so now that we got the tile pan all pinned in, now we need to come back and pin in these laps right here on both sides. Make it flush, make it easier for the saddle to stick or the cricket. Okay. So the saddle, getting it ready, so we just want to make her cut, make her angle cut. Okay, that looks pretty tight. Let's get a closer look and see how it looks. So as you can see, that's pretty nice. Working out pretty good. So we're almost done. Now we just need to come back and set caulking on the seams, get it all pinned off, and then we're all done with this skylight. Okay, so now we got that all ready. We got the caulking on it. Now we just need to push it in and then get ready to pin it in. Okay, so we got those nail holes all sealed off. We're going to let the caulking dry a little bit, and then we're going to put the skylight back on top of the frame. So hopefully it fits. Then we know we did a great job. So we'll catch up with you in a bit when we get that done. Hey, welcome back. Okay, so we're almost done with the skylight counter flashing, and it's taken a little bit of time, but we've done. It's taken a little bit of time, but we've done a great job, and everything looks pretty great. Now the last thing we need to do is put a piece of peel and stick behind the saddle and get a piece underneath the base paper. Now, even though we've wrapped the skylight with a piece of peel and stick, and we have a piece of the TU35 modified base paper wrapped all the way around it as well, and then the counter flashing, we still want to put another piece of peel and stick behind this, stagger it up, and then put another piece under the paper. So let's see how we do it. We need to dry a little bit more before we try to slip the skylight back on top. So we'll catch up to you in a bit when we get that all done. It should be only a couple more minutes, and then we're just about done, and I'll be a wrap on how to install counter flashing around the skylight for a Boral cedar light tile roof. So we'll catch up to you in a bit when we get ready. Manuel. Okay, we got the moment of truth. Caulking's dry. Okay, so everything's stuck perfect. That worked out really nice. Really excited how that came out. So let's get a closer look and see what's going on and how everything came together. Okay, so here's the skylight as it looks, looking pretty good. Still got to paint this side, but other than that, everything came out pretty nice. Peel and stick, skylight fits perfect. Pretty excited, it's gonna rain. Everything's ready, looks great, job well done.